Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Come on in. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope that everyone has had an awesome day today. I hope that we've all enjoyed. Hello, Miss Lynn Mays. How are you doing? Good evening. Thank you for dropping in and joining us this evening. I hope everyone has had a good evening today, a good day. It's been so beautiful the past couple of days, so I just hope everyone has had a great day. Yes, I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing, Miss Lynn? I hope you're doing well. But yes, I am absolutely fantastic. Hey, Miss Aikisha, how are you doing, sweetie? How's everybody doing today? It's been a busy weekend for me, as usual, but it's been fabulous. Through it all, it has been fabulous. Hello, Duchess. How are you doing? Hey, Pooh. How are you doing? Hello, Miss Beverly Jordan. How are you doing? Thank you all for joining us. Thanks to everyone for joining today. Like I said, it's been a beautiful weekend, and I hope everyone has had a fabulous weekend. Let me see. Okay. It is saying I have a slow connection. So, can you guys hear me? If you can you give me some thumbs up? Can everybody see and hear? Can I get some thumbs up? I don't see you. Okay, y'all can. Okay, Lynn and Beverly. Okay, thank you guys. We're gonna get started in just a minute. Let's see. This is not showing me what I need to see tonight. It's not showing me. All right, Duchess, you got those thumbs up. Okay, we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started with our discussion this evening. Can you make that request, please? Because I don't see where you're not on my list of viewers. So, if you would go ahead and make that request, I would appreciate it. Make the request. I can't see. I don't see you as a viewer. So if you would go ahead and make the request, then I can bring you on, producer. Okay. But anyway, Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and do what I need to do because I don't see what I need to see. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. Welcome to this week's edition of Let's Talk. I am your host, Juju, and we are coming to you live tonight from my living room. We're not in the dollhouse. We're in my living room this evening. But anyway, we're still going to have the same great discussion just from the living room. Each week here on Let's Talk, we will discuss current events and their impact on the Black community. We will also highlight local Black-owned businesses, local entrepreneurs, local artisans, and upcoming events which will give small businesses an opportunity to showcase their products. Let's Talk is created to be a positive, uplifting, and informative discussion. Therefore, all constructive opinions are welcome, as we must learn to listen to and consider the opinions of others, even if we don't agree with them. This isn't the place to tear down anyone, but to uplift and enlighten. Therefore, if your comments are not coming from a place of love and are not intended to uplift, we kindly ask that you please find another forum for them. Please note that any opinions that I might share are strictly my opinions. This isn't intended to be a news show, but we will try our best to steer clear of gossip and things that are knowingly untrue. I hope this is a safe place where everyone feels comfortable sharing their opinions. So, about your host, I am simply a sinner saved by grace. Every good and perfect part of me comes from God. Therefore, I praise Him and give Him glory at any time I am given the opportunity. My motto is simple. I am walking by faith, inspiring hope, and showing love along the way. That all being said, let's talk. Tonight's topic is Black history. Okay. Alrighty then. So, let me, and I have left one thing. Hold on, y'all. Just one second. I'm sorry. So sorry. I'm back. I have got my gifts, so I need to make sure you all know those. Okay, so anyway, our topic is Black history. And just as an icebreaker tonight, what is your preference? Do you prefer it to be called Black, African American, or does it not matter to you? Anybody out there, do you all have a preference? Hello, Starlet. Hello, Miss Etna Dowdell. Hello, Althea Thomas. Thank you guys for joining me. Okay, Lynn said you prefer to be called Black. I'm with you, Lynn. I prefer to be called Black. Anyone else out there? Do you have a preference, or does it not matter to you? That's just something, that's just how my little mind thinks. I often wonder about that because I do. I just prefer to be just an old Black woman. But I know some people probably prefer to be addressed as African American. Anyone else out there? Okay, Miss Jordan says she prefers to be referred to as Black as well. Okay, that was just a question. All right, so tonight, okay, and Duchess prefers Black too. So, okay, so I guess that is just the, hello, Miss Melinda Thomas and Miss Marie Askew, Anasha Ross. Good evening to everyone. But tonight we're going to discuss Black history, and what we really want to talk about is the state of the study of Black history today in our school systems and the study of Black history, is it under attack? Hello, Miss Maria Davis. How are you doing? That's what we're going to talk about. And I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson. I know you told me that I am out of order with the paper, but I didn't have time to do all the little cards that you wanted me to do. But I do have a few cards now, and I use the ones I have. But anyway, so first of all, since we're talking about Black history, I have some prizes, and we're gonna start off with a question that's gonna produce a winner. And the first question that we have, the winner will receive. I have this beautiful little skull cap. It is Afrocentrically inspired. And then the other little goodies that go along in the bag with the skull cap. And these things are in all the bags, so I won't show them again. But there's some pencils, and the pencils say dream, freedom, diversity, and some ink pens, and they're all have different saying ones. This one says trust in the Lord. We have a little keychain, and they have different sayings on them. And this one is just said, my history is striving. My history is striving. And then we have these little wristbands. This just says I am Black history. And we have some little notebook tablets that says Black History Month. And then some little pens, but those things are going to be all in the same bag. The bigger items will be different. And then these are the little bags. And this bag says Black History Month. But the first question is, who is the renowned African-American historian and mathematician known as the father of Black history? Who is the renowned African-American mathematician and historian known as the father of Black history? And the first person that produces that answer will win this gift. Who is the renowned African-American mathematician and historian known as the father of Black history? Does anyone have the answer to that question to win this bag? Do I see Lynette Cox? No, it's not Cox. This is a historian, and he's the founder of Black History Month. He started Black History Month. Of course, we know it started off as Black History Week, and then it expanded to Black History Month. Anybody know the answer to that question? Okay, y'all gonna have to Google. I don't care if y'all cheat, just so long as we get the answer. So you can cheat, you can Google, I don't care if you Google. But anyway, we just trying to come up with the answer. Woodson, right, Duchess, who is Carter G. Woodson. So, Duchess, you have won the bag with the African-inspired kufi, with the African-inspired kufi. So, producer, make sure you get that, and just messenger me. Well, I can give you yours anytime, but okay. So let's go on here tonight. Okay, so we know that Carter G. Woodson and prominent Jesse E. Moreland, they founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History in 1915. And the organization was dedicated to researching and promoting achievements by Black Americans and other people of African descent. It is known today as the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. And the group sponsored, first of all, the National Negro History Week in 1926. And it chose the second week of February to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. So, you know, we always say, why is it, we got the shortest month of the year? Well, the founder of that, Carter G. Woodson, chose that week because it coincided with two trailblazers of African American, as far as African American history is concerned, two of our heroes. All right, and then in 1976, Gerald Ford was the first president to officially recognize Black History Month. He called upon the public to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishment of Black Americans in every area throughout our history. Alrighty, so when I think about that, I think about the state of the study of Black history now. When Gerald Ford called on people, the public, to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans. So I guess my first question is, do you think that the study of Black history is important? Is it important today, the study of Black history? Is it important for us to study history? Is it important for us to teach our young people Black history? And I think that Black history is very important because learning about Black history uncovers the vast contributions of Black individuals across the globe. It involves recognizing historical figures and events that have shaped our present. This history is essential beyond just this month, and it is an integral part of understanding the complete narrative of human accomplishments and struggles. And it is a part of the complete narrative of this nation. Duchess says that yes, the study is important. Hey, Jonathan Collins. And it is important. My next question is, where did you, the guys on here, where did you learn most of your Black history coming up? And Duchess says that our children need to know they are descendants of smart achievers. Exactly. And Stephanie says, yes, it is to know where we all came from and where we can go in the future. And that is true too, Stephanie. I think about myself. I think about where we have come from as a people in these United States. Of course, we all know that we are descendants of kings and queens. We came from a land that is rich in all types of resources, golds and oils and gems, and all of that is embedded in Africa, the land where we descended from. But it is so important for our kids to know where we came from here in the United States, because I think that just encompasses who we are as a people. When you think about, we came from slavery, we came from bondage, we weren't considered human beings. We had no rights. We had no money. We had no power. We had no authority, yet still, we survived. And not only did we survive, we thrived. And that right there is something. Just to know that helps us to know what we are made of, our constitution. We are resilient, we are strong, we are fighters, we are survivors, we are not less than. And we need to make sure that our children know their history. So, where did you guys learn most of your Black history? You had a Black history class in the 10th grade. Miss Beverly Christian Jordan said that's where she learned most of her Black history. And Mr. Jackson says the church has been a major force in teaching Black history. And I must admit that most of the things that I have learned have come from church. And more so in my later years and earlier years. And I think it's because the educators in our church, in my walking history book, which is sick today, y'all. So keep her in prayer, Miss Elaine Summersburg. Keep her lifted up in prayer. She is just, I'm telling you, just a walking history book. And when it comes to Black history, she has it. So, her emphasis and focus has been on Black history because I think when we were younger, when we were in school, I do think there was more of a focus on teaching our youth teaching us Black history. And I guess most of what we learned was slavery, Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, and Rosa Parks. And those are all great African-American heroes. But it's so much more to our history than those four people. So next question, do you guys think that Vinnie E. learned it monthly in church? Maria Davis learned monthly in church. So do you guys think that they are teaching Black history in schools now the way they did when we were coming up? Are they even getting that much? Melinda said we should teach it year round and not just in February. And at my church, we do. Every week we have a Black history moment. And like I said, I have two people in my church. They can get up on the spur of the moment. The pastor says, anybody have a Black history moment they want to share? If everybody's looking around and no one has one prepared, Miss Elaine and Mr. John Bandy, they can get up and they can give me some Black history, and they can give me stuff I have never known. And it's just like, and so I really appreciate that. Lynn says, yes, those are for people. Let me get this down on my way. Yes, those for people. Yes, those four people are important, but we have so many hidden figures that are being kept hidden. And that is correct. We have such a rich history. And so we need to make sure that we are teaching our children about Black history. Maria Davis says, not really. They are only taught about the few people, MLK, Rosa Parks, etc. So they're not doing the in-depth. Now, my question that I want to really delve into is, do you think that there is an attack on Black history being taught, on the study and teaching of Black history in schools? Do you think that there is an agenda out there that is trying to wipe out the teaching of Black history in our schools? And while you guys ponder that, I'm going to give away another prize. I give away another prize. Okay, and this one has the same thing in it, but the only difference is this one has the cup in it, and it says Black History, Celebrate, Educate, Elevate. And then on the back it says, no matter how much you've done, there's always more to do, more to learn, and more to achieve. And that's a quote from former President Barack Obama. Alrighty then. So, my next question is, which president signed the law banning segregation in public places, and it also banned employment discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, or national origin? Which president signed the law banning segregation in public places, and it banned employment discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, and national origin? And I will tell you that this is the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Who signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964? Michael France, you are correct. Lyndon Johnson. Lynn, you came in right behind Michael France, but yes, it was Lyndon Johnson who signed that. And so, you have your little baggie, and you're going to have to messenger me because I'm going to have to get this to you, but I will get it to you. I will get it to you. Okie dokie. All right, then. So, our question is, do you guys think that there's an effort? Yes, Edgar says, wait a minute, let me see. Okay. Edgar says, yes, states are introducing legislation to abolish Black history. And Edgar, you are so correct. Now, I don't want to talk about something I don't know about, and so I know it's some history scholars that know more about this than me that's on here, so we're all on here to learn. But critical race theory, there are 35 states that introduce legislation or that are taking steps to restrict the teaching of critical race theory in the past year. It says 35 states. And now, when I'm in my reading and I was trying to understand the critical race theory concept, and Edgar and Lynn, and I know some other historians out there who can probably articulate it better than I can. It is there. The opposition to critical race theory says that it is teaching young kids, that they are young white kids, that they are oppressors, and it's giving them a negative perception of themselves when we're teaching history, when we're teaching about slavery, when we're teaching the facts about history. And so it's giving young kids a negative impression of themselves, and they are saying history and stuff shouldn't make kids feel bad. And Lynn said, well, do you agree with this? Do you agree with the fact that teaching of history, teaching about slavery, teaching facts, the truth about how this nation was formed, what our forefathers did, how we treated and mistreated each other? Do you think that that is something that makes that would make a child feel bad, or something, or because somebody may feel bad about what their ancestors did, you shouldn't teach that, because nobody has ever been concerned about the way young black kids felt about things in history. How do you think? I think that teaching is much needed. It doesn't feel good for young black kids. It didn't feel good for us. Did Roots feel good for y'all? I'm just asking. Let's see. Michael Francis, critical race theory is a college level course not taught in elementary schools. Okay. Mr. Jackson said they still owe us reparations. So black history is factual and truth. The study of history is what it is. It's history. Okay. So what about these different states that are introducing these legislations, and then the Parents' Bill of Rights, which a lot of states are introducing, saying a parent has a right to say what their child can and cannot study in school, and children opt into or opt out of studying black history. That one right there is rough for me, that you can opt out of studying black history. I can't opt out of studying about the Civil War. I can't opt out about studying any part of government or any other thing, that they determine a requirement for my graduation. So, and my parent can't opt out of it. What do you guys think about this Parents' Bill of Rights that a lot of states are promoting now, where their parents can, a child's parent can choose to opt out of the study of black history? Mr. Jackson said, all people need to know what transpired during that time. We focus on what we did as a country and all of the presidents. Why is it that we can learn all history except black history? Now, that is very true. That is very true. And, they always told me that it's very important to know your history. If to not know your history is to repeat it. And so that is something that I want for us to think about. To not know the true history is to repeat it. Lynn said the ones who don't want to study black history need to be homeschooled. And Michael Francis, you are so correct. Black history is American history. And Florida is one of those states, Melinda, that have this Parental Bill of Rights. But of course, we'll just tell you those states in New Hampshire, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, Iowa, Utah, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Virginia, Alabama, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida are all those states that have those Parents' Bill of Rights, and where they are giving parents the options to whether or not their child studies black history, and also talking about the critical race theory and how we should not be making kids feel bad about their history. Who received slave compensation? Slave owners. While slave owners were the main beneficiaries of the compensation process, our analysis shows that there were also other groups who gained through their roles as intermediaries. In November 25th, 2022. Midwest and Southwest states are most of the states red states? Yes, they are most red states, and this is an agenda that is being being promoted by mostly Republicans, and most of the laws now about this teaching of diversity and inclusion, most of them mimic a law or an executive order which was signed in September 2020 by then President Donald Trump, that banned certain type of diversity training within the federal government and its agencies. Y'all hear me what I said now? This stuff, all these laws and these policies are all mimicking a executive order signed by Donald Trump. Okay, so when people tell you that I am not a racist, but they walking like a racist, they talking like a racist, their actions are racist, it's not what you say that matters, it's what you do. So you guys just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I just want y'all to remember that. Okay, let's do another trivia question. Who was the African American athlete who won 4 gold medals in 1936 in the 1936 Olympics, and he challenged Hitler's notion of Aryan superiority? The African American athlete who won 4 gold medals in 1936, challenging Hitler's notion of Aryan superiority. Edgar Vincent, you are a winner. Jesse Owens, it was Jesse Owens. I didn't even tell you what you was gonna win, Edgar. But yeah, it is Jesse Owens is correct. And I'm trying to come up with just, okay. Yeah, Jesse Owens is correct. And so let me see what this is. Okay, so yeah, Edgar, you have a gift pack with the cup in there. Congratulations to Edgar Vincent, and Edgar, I will get you your thing. We're gonna do another question right now. Who was the first African American woman elected to the U.S. Congress? She was also the first Black to run for a major party nomination for the President of the United States. The first African woman elected to the U.S. Congress, also the first Black to seek the presidential nomination from a major party. Who was this woman? Lynn, you are correct. Shirley Chisholm. Congratulations, Miss Lynn. Vincent Mays, it was Shirley Chisholm. You are correct. And I got your bag, Lynn. And I will make sure that you get your bag. And yours will too. Have a cup in there and the other little goodies that go along with it. Congratulations, Lynn. That's Shirley Chisholm. And I want you guys to know that I was trying to come up with, because I had the gift bags, and I was trying to come up with some questions. But our history is so rich. Our history is so rich, and like I said, it's so much more, and not to minimize Dr. Martin Luther King or Rosa Parks, or not to minimize Harriet Tubman. They were they were definitely heroes in the Black community, but we have so much more. We need to, it is so important that our kids, understand where we came from. Like Melinda said, understand that we are doctors. We performed first open heart surgeries. We are lawyers. We are inventors that invented all kinds of things. You just go and just Google Black inventors. Yeah, go and Google Black inventions and Black inventors and just see the large range of things that we've done. Go back and look at our ancestors in Africa. Look at the kings and the queens, the warriors. They talk about John was talking about the Carmens, and I'm like, what? Never heard of that. Female warriors, and the ones that went out and never lost wars, and males and females. Look at us here in history from the beginning, and we know that we started coming over here on slave ships, but Black people were in the United States before slave ships came over. So I just want y'all to know that too, that there were Black people in the United States before slavery. But we need to go back and look at that. Look at every war that United States have ever fought. The Revolutionary War. Like I said, we were here before slavery. Blacks participated in the Revolutionary War when the United States were fighting against Great Britain. So, and then every war since. Just make sure that we teach our kids these things, because there is a concerted effort to stop teaching these things in school. And make sure that you know, if you have a child in school, and even if you don't, sometimes it takes somebody who doesn't, sometimes we who don't even have kids in school have to stand up and make a stand, because it's too important for our young people for them to think we have not contributed anything, for someone else to control the narrative, and and the narrative that they're speaking is negative, and everything that you hear about someone Black is negative. And then it makes it too easy when everything that you hear, you don't ever see and hear about the contributions of Black people. That makes it real easy for other people to discriminate against us. What do you guys think about that? When all you hear is something negative, you never hear about any contributions, any achievements, any inventions, things of that nature, and you're always the bad guy. Do you think that makes it easier for people to discriminate? Do you all think that diversity is important? And Lynn says this is done by design. Looks who leads on our jobs today, all Black people. That is Stephanie Lee. If there were no Black people, go figure. Lynette, Black people are everything. And it is, our history is so rich. It is amazing how much history is directly in our face here in Opelika, Auburn, Lochapoka, Smith Station, Phoenix City, Tuskegee, and many surrounding areas. This is so true. And so we have to make sure that we promote ourselves and promote our brothers and sisters. Don't tear each other down. Build each other up. And to be pro-Black does not mean that you're against anyone else. It's okay to be pro-black. It's okay to be black and proud. It's okay. I was talking to a female today, and she was talking about she had gone to a Black History program yesterday, and the man spoke so eloquently and walked from one end of the spectrum to the other. And she said by the time she walked out there, she had her fist raised. So yeah, it's okay to be pro-black. To be pro-black does not mean that you're against anybody else. It just means that you love yourself, you love your culture, and you love your fellow Black Americans. That's okay. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Somewhere we were taught that it's not a good thing to love ourselves or to love other Black people or to love our culture, to love our heritage. We want to change everything. We want to teach our little girls if their hair is not straight like Europeans, then they have bad hair. If their hair is nappy. I was a nappy head little girl when I was little. Hair still nappy, y'all. It is, I promise y'all. But I got these locks. Locks make it work. But so I was made to feel really bad about the texture of my hair because my hair was nappy. That shouldn't be. The complexion of your skin. You shouldn't feel bad. I mean, and let us just know that African Americans and Africans, period, come in all different shades and colors and complexions and whatnot. But the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we dance, the way we move, all of that has at some point in time in the United States been assigned a negative connotation. We have to take back the narrative. We have to tell our kids that no, you can embrace who you are wholeheartedly because you are kings and queens. You are somebody. You are intelligent, highly intelligent. You did come from a place where, and I am a math tutor. I used to be. I don't tutor math. No, So don't ask me. The kids used to always say, well, I can't do math, and we have convinced our kids they can't do math. And I tell them, no, you all created. You come from the people who created the numerical system that we operate under. Yeah, math is in you, it's in your veins. Highly intelligent. It's time for another trivia question. Pro-black is not a negative concept. It's simply an indication you are proud of you and your history and your culture. Exactly, Mr. Jackson. Okay, the only thing we need to do is take a look in the mirror. We are Black history. Yes, we are. Okay. What was the Supreme Court case which established the separate but equal doctrine? And that was in 1896. And what was the Supreme Court case that overturned the separate but equal doctrine in public schools in 1954? Okay, so two Supreme Court cases we're talking about here. One established the separate but equal doctrine, and the other overturned it for public schools. What are those two Supreme Court cases? Hello, Miss Jackie Vincent Finklin. Oh, I'm messing up your last name. Oh, I'm sorry, Jackie. Hey, Jackie. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Sandra Woods Carter, how you doing? Trivia question that's up right now. Supreme Court cases. The one that established the separate but equal doctrine, and the one that overturned the separate but equal doctrine in public schools. One in 1896, one in 1954. What were those two Supreme Court cases? Hello, Miss Amberly Wright, Thurman. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. What are those two civil rights cases. The Supreme Court case, which established the separate but equal doctrine in 1896, and then the one that overturned separate but equal doctrine in our public schools in 1954. What were those two cases? Hey, Miss Marietta Carr, how you doing? All right, Michael France, you on it tonight. You on your Black History. We got the Percy, the Plessy v. Ferguson in 1896 that established separate but equal, and then it was overturned by Brown versus Ferguson in 1954. And Michael France, I ain't gonna give you another bag. I'm so sorry, but you got the question right. You got it right. Thank you. Let me go on with another question then. Okay. Oh my goodness. Y'all Google. Use Google. Y'all Google. Who was the Harvard graduate who was the first Black Rhodes Scholar? We got Rhodes Scholars, y'all, many of them. Who was the first Rhodes Scholar? Harvard graduate. First Black Rhodes Scholar. Google it. Google it. Google it. Google it. Anybody have any answer to that? I'm gonna let y'all think on that one. First Rhodes Scholar, Black Rhodes Scholar. Richard. No, it was a female. It was a female. Anne Locke. Alan Locke. I'm sorry, that's a male, but you are right, Mrs. Jordan. Okay, congratulations, Miss Beverly Christian Jordan. It's Alan Locke. And the first Black Rhodes Scholar, congratulations to that. Miss Beverly Christian Jordan, you got that, Mr. Jackson. Thank you. And Miss Jordan, we're gonna hook you up and give you a bag. Let me grab a bag for you. And yours will also have a cup in that. So we got a bag for you. Let me do another one because our time is getting late. What are the Reconstruction or Civil Rights Amendments? It's three of them. The Reconstruction, they are considered the Reconstruction or the Civil Rights Amendments. What are they? The Reconstruction or the Civil Rights Amendments. What are they? The Reconstruction or the Civil Rights Amendments. There are three. What? 13? Michael, friend, I'm going to need you to stop answering these questions. But you are correct. They are the 13th, 14th, and the 15th Amendments. The 13th abolished slavery in the United States. The 14th was equal rights for formerly enslaved people. And then the 15th granted voting rights for Black men. Ladies, remember, we didn't get the right to vote in the 15th Amendment. We had to wait a little longer till we had women's suffrage. But anyway, that's a show for another day. Alrighty. Let me see. Okay, got a couple more questions. Who was the African American woman who co-founded Black Lives Matter movement? This is a current one, so you all you all should bear to get this one. Co-founded the Black Lives Matter movement. African American woman co-founded Black Lives Matter movement. Black Lives Matter, co-founded Black Lives Matter. Anybody? Y'all Google. I thought y'all would know that one. Alrighty then. And I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna go on with, okay, my friends, I ain't playing with you. But you are correct. Alicia Garza is correct. Okay. Okay, Alabama's official state water. What is Alabama's official state water? It is bottled here in Ottaville, Alabama by Marquise Ford, who is a black guy from Ottaville, a young black man from Ottaville. And they have their own springs. It's artesian water. It's great water, but it is actually the official state water. When I go to conferences for the state, they always have this water. 1186. You are correct, Lynn. It is 1186. And have you had some 1186 water? Have you had some of that? If you guys haven't had some, it's kind of hard to find, but I know they have it sometime here in Opelika at Piggly Wiggly. Try it. It is some really great water. It's 1186. It's bottled here in Ottaville, Alabama. The owner of the guy who owns the rights to the land where the springs are, he bottles his own water, all that. He's a young black man, graduated from the University of Alabama, too, guys. And his name is Marquise Ford. So if you have an opportunity to get you some 1186 water, get yourself some. Which African American tennis player broke racial barriers by becoming the first African American to win a Grand Slam title? Which African American tennis player broke racial barriers by becoming the first African American to win a Grand Slam title? It wasn't Arthur Ashe. Arthur Ashe actually was the first male, but he wasn't the first guy, and he actually won 20. Arthur Ashe actually won 20. Gibson, Tiffany Williams, I guess that's what you're trying to say. Gibson, not Goodson. Gibson, it was Althea Gibson. And she was the first black to win a Grand Slam. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for playing trivia with me. And like I said, it's so important for us to make sure that we teach our kids the real black history. Don't allow anyone else to control that narrative when it comes to your kids. Make sure they know who they are, whose they are, and what is inside of them. Now, tonight, I want to bring on my small business, and I'm going to move real fast. Miss Stephanie Lee, she is the owner of... I'm adding Stephanie Lee. She is the Avon Queen. The Avon Queen. Come on in. It's adding you, Miss Stephanie, the Avon Queen. And are you there, Miss Stephanie?
Yes. I'm trying to see.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How you
I'm
doing?
doing great. Thank you for joining us tonight. And this, you guys, is the Avon Queen. She is, if you have any Avon needs, she's the one to hook you up. Tell us a little bit about you, Stephanie. Where can we, and I'm so sorry, what, do you have all of the Avon products?
Yes. I have bath oil. I have deodorants. I have perfume, cologne. I'm here located in Wetumpka, Alabama. I do a lot of pop-ups. I have been inspired by my aunt in Opelika, Alabama, Miss Brenda Graham. She's over 67 McDonald's. I have a website that you can hit me up at. It is Avon Representative Store S. Williams 6246, or inbox me on Facebook and I will deliver. I put God first, my business second, and I always leave a smile on my customer's face. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for all that you do for me. I will reach out to any of my new customers, and I thank you for this event. God bless
Okay,
you.
and before you pop off, Stephanie, give us that website again, please, ma'am, so we can make sure we get it. Do it slow so I can make sure my producer
Okay.
gets that.
I'm sorry. It is www.avon.com/rep store/S Williams 6246.
Okay. All right. And we want to post that in the comments. And I met
I will.
Miss Stephanie last year when we were doing our Juneteenth event, and she was a vendor last year, and she told me she's coming back this year. But I've been doing business with her since then. She's such a sweet lady, and she's great to do business with. So you all check her out at her website. Thank you so much, Stephanie. You have a great evening. Okay.
You too. God
God
bless you.
bless. All righty then. And also, I want y'all to see why I'm sitting here in my living room. I'm burning a candle, and this candle, this one is a Coastal Breeze, and I purchased this one from Scentfully Tailored. It smells awesome, and Mr. Jackson's gonna put it's gonna put in their website and their Instagram's address, but they have candles, they have wax the little waxes that you melt, they have car diffusers, you all, and the car diffuser smells awesome. Now, of course, me and Althea didn't know how to use it, but Journey, my 3-year-old niece, showed us how to use it, and she showed us how to turn it upside down. And wait a minute, just take a little time. Wait, just take a little more time. And so she she worked with us until we got the diffuser working. And once we got the diffuser working, I'm telling you guys, it smells fabulous in the car. So you check out Scentfully Tailored for your candles, your car diffusers, your little waxes that you burn to make your house smell fresh. I love scents, so I'm always burning a candle, incense, or something. So I love that. Check out Scentfully Yours. Scentfully Tailored. Check that out and support my cousin. He's in Connecticut, but they'll ship it right on to you. Upcoming next week, I want everyone to join us next week. We're going to be talking about, should parents be held criminally responsible for the crimes that their minor child commit? Should parents be held criminally responsible for any crime that their minor child commit, or a crime, should they be in prison for something that their minor child does? That's what we're going to be talking about next week. So I hope that you all will join us then. Upcoming events: Fish Fry, St. Luke AME Church, March 15th. Be on the lookout for additional information. Gonna have some hot, fresh fish plates. I'm sure we'll have some catfish and whiting. That's generally what we have. But just be on the lookout for more information about that. And then also, St. Luke Juneteenth, the third annual Juneteenth event will be June 15th. Um, June 15th, it will be Saturday, June 15th. We are currently seeking vendors, food trucks, entertainment, and sponsors. If you want to be a part of our Juneteenth event, just let me know or reach out to Duchess or Althea Thomas. Just let us know, Mr. Jerry Jackson, and we'll make sure that we'll make it happen, make you be a part of it. It's been a great event for the past 2 years, and we know it's only going to be bigger and better. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It's been real. It's been fun. Thank you all who participated in the trivia. Those who were winners, I'll make sure that you all get your prizes. And until next week, I want to tell you good night. I am Juju, that mountain moving giant slayer. And to each of you, I wish you much love and many blessings. Good night. Good night.